So I don't know what this segment should be called, folks. I don't know, but I am gonna throw out there that, like, I have nothing big to say about this going into it. I just feel the need to really throw out there that this is real.
It'll start the dance party, dono.
This is real. Johnny Ramo, thank you for the $5 dono. Appreciate it. Thank you for the BWA action. And hopefully others will follow in your example. However, also like, comment, and subscribe. Do the things. But this is real. Like, this is the state of where our political discourse is right now. That is, in fact, a Fox News segment with the chyron that says primetime meets big balls. That's where we're at. This is the state of political discourse in America right now, at least from the major conservative outlets that want you to pay attention to literally anything else.
Why do they call you Big Balls?
I just said it as my LinkedIn username.
Instead of a dono ghost, let's have a dono zombie. Brains.
Brains. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Simric. But that's big balls, everybody. That's the guy everyone's calling big balls. That guy's barely out of diapers. This is one of those fascist little quislings that's like trying to kill your social security. This is the guy who's gonna, like, destroy the Medicaid system. This is the guy who's gonna fuck up, like, all of our lives and our futures. And instead of asking him anything about that, why did they call you Big Balls?
Why do they call you Big Balls?
I just said it as my LinkedIn username.
Okay.
Only the best work for Elon Musk.
Well, people on LinkedIn take themselves, like, super seriously, and they're pretty adverse to risk. And I was like, well, I want to be neither of those things. So I said it, and honestly, I didn't even think anyone would notice.
And then I joined a fascist administration where I slowly dismantled the social safety net that keeps tens of millions of people alive. And people started to notice. And I hate him. I hate him more than I could ever put into words.
Yeah.
So what do you
LinkedIn
do?
is so cringe.
What does Big Balls do?
Hold on, this is one of the little shits that has my SSN. Yeah, these are that's one of, like, Elon Musk's little brown shirt creeps. That's one of his little like traitorous little guys that rolls up to every single one of these departments and, like, fires up, 100,000 people at the drop of a hat. And there's something so painful about, like, Elon Musk to a deafening silence being like, yeah, and LinkedIn is so cringe. And then no one acknowledges that he said it. And Jesse Waters just deadpanly, so what does Big Balls do? Like, what? I hate this.
Right now, I'm working on some payment computer stuff. So one of our initiatives is to root out fraud and waste. And to do that, we started looking at the payment computers. And as mentioned earlier, like, there is no accounting of what payments actually go to in the payment computer. So, like, you look at a specific...
Yeah, maybe if you don't fucking understand how the system works. Yeah, like sure, maybe if you don't understand how the fucking system works,
line item, like $20 million. And you're like, okay, well, what is this money going to? And for the majority of payment systems, it's like, well, we don't really know. And
yeah, they're like, what? That would be the response.
Yeah, because the payment system isn't the thing doing the accounting. The payment system is just there to facilitate the flow of money. It is not there to do accounting for you. Congress sets what money needs to go where and for what. Those departments then make that happen. This system just gets the money to those departments to make all of that happen. That's it.
Is this the most basic responses?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the most common response.
Yeah, because you fired all of the people who knew what was happening there.
What do you say when people just say, I don't know?
well, it's a huge cause for concern because, like, the upstream thing, which is distributing the money, literally has no checks.
It does. It's called Congress. It's called the United States Congress. Sorry, I didn't realize this clip was going to make me quite as mad as it does, you know? And the checks and balance here is the United States Congress, right? And the reason the payment system itself doesn't have all of the information is because, one, it's not important for the payment system to have all that information, and two, because information is deliberately siloed within our government, so that, say, someone whose job it is to facilitate money getting from point A to point B within our government doesn't have access to, say, all of your social security information, because that would create massive security risks. Massive threats, massive potential for abuse, etc. There's a good reason for all of this. But he's just like, yeah, it's just an oversight whatsoever. It's, I mean, the most charitable interpretation you can have of this is that this is feigned ignorance and that they all know what exactly they are doing. That's the most charitable interpretation.
And no accountability to the actual American taxpayer. So it's a huge vector for fraud, waste, and abuse.
Do these people not respect tax?
There is accountability. They're called inspectors general. Donald Trump fired all of them. Inspectors general are there to root out waste, fraud, and abuse. That's their job. Donald Trump fired all of them on day one. So yeah, no shit, it looks like there's no check or balance on potential fraud. God.
Taxpayer money.
I mean, there's no incentive to if you work in the government. I think the incentives will always decide the outcomes.
Why do they call you big balls?
Why are we listening to this man? Why? Elevating him to a national figure. Why? This guy should be like, I don't know, doing tech support for his uncle's company. Like genuinely. He's totally lying. All they're there for is fucking stuff up and stealing our information. Genuinely, that is my interpretation. I don't have the charitable one where, like, it's... I'm so tired. He's got to be some Nepo. Genuinely, I don't know that these kids are Nepo babies. I think a lot of them are just, like, impressionable youngsters that, like, went to, like, SpaceX or Tesla or something, got internships, and then Elon Musk is like, hey, I'm the most powerful and richest man in the world. I'm going to groom you and manipulate you into becoming my, like, you know, errand boy. Like, I think it's creepier than you guys are giving these people credit for, you know? Like, I think genuinely there's a real chance here that Elon Musk is exerting some deeply weird and fucked up influence over these practically children, you know? God. Anyway, Why do they call you Big Balls? We live in hell world.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube is where she streams. All that content is bursting the scenes. Politics, gaming, plenty more. Her sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard.